2, 3, 4. Hey everyone, Griff Hamlin here. Welcome and thanks for joining me today. In this video, we're going to be talking about a little bit of funk blues. So you heard it on the way in. Let's jump right in. We're going to be working with a blues in C. So I'm going to be starting with a part of a C9 chord. Now, I'm imagining my root note being on the 6th string, 8th fret, or 1st string, 8th fret. In general, I kind of use those as the root, but I don't play either of them. What I'm actually going to play is the 8th fret on the 2nd string and the 4th string, and that's going to give me my 5th and my flatted 7th of the chord, and for the 9 I'm going to get my 1st finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. So what I'm doing is, my thumb you'll see reach around to mute out the 6th string for me. My middle finger here will lightly touch the 5th string to keep that muted. My 3rd finger is not straight on the string, so it's touching that top string for me. That's how I can, kind of get on it and strum. And I'm sorry, for some reason you might be hearing a little bit of static. It's very dry right now, and there's a little bit of static sometimes coming through the single coil pickups here, but it's just the weather. That allows me, that sort of muting action that I'm doing allows me to come across and only hit those 3 strings that I want. And that's a very important skill. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide into it. 1 E and 1 E and 2. That's probably the hardest move for most people because of the right hand, or the picking hand if you're left-handed. 1 E and notice that I'm not hitting anything. 1 E and 2. 1 E and 2 E and Okay, so 1 E and 2 E and Now on strums where I don't hit anything, I tend to relax my left hand, and I might, sort of hit the strings, just that chunky sound, right? I call it the X's because in notation they're X's. So 1 E and 2 E and 3 E. Now during those 2 strums, I'm going to reposition my hand so that my 1st finger could bar the 8th fret. I won't, but it's going to in a minute. Instead, I'm going to use my 3rd finger to bar the 10th fret on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings. That's an F chord. And so that'll be there, and then I'll come back up. Notice that'll be a down strum. I'll come back up and relax. I'll bar with that 1st finger. And you see what happens there. I strike down, and I hit I'll say the minor. I'm only hitting those 3 strings. The 1st one's being muted. The 5th one's being muted. I obviously don't have, I could put my thumb up there, but I don't usually. It's just more of a reach than I can comfortably do. But hopefully you just won't hit those. And then I'm going to do a hammer-on with my my middle finger to get that 9th fret of the 3rd string. That's a move you'll want to practice. So 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and Now if you can get that groove, you got it, because that's actually the hardest part of the whole thing. From there, we're going to do the exact same strum and the same count, just on a different chord. Okay, so now I'm going to F9, but I'm only playing the top 3 strings on the 8th fret. And for my little variation, I'm just going to add my 3rd finger up to the 10th fret on the 1st string, and that gives me an F13. So I'm going from F9 to F13. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 and a 3 E and now I'm back to my C. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3, 4 and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and I'm going to the 5 chord, G9. So I'm going to do my slide from the 9th to the 10th fret, again, just like I did on the F, but only on those top 3 strings. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and now the F. A 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and 3 and 4 and the 5. So let's take it from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and that is it. That's the whole thing. So it's a very cool little funk blues pattern. And as you can see, the pattern doesn't really change between the 1 and the 4 and the 5 chord. Only the chords do, and I just kind of embellished it a little bit. So again, I'll go ahead and play it through with the track, and that way you can kind of try to play it along with me if you feel like you got it down. And hope you dig it, have some fun with it, and I'll see you in the next video. 1, 2, 3, 4.